Is anything but a Diane sure thing when playing in San Antonio. Let's change genres. Utah, a motley crew there. They haven't won in San Antonio since February of 1999. The games aren't close. With the Spurs having home court advantage, Utah needs one on the road to advance. Those are the facts, and they are not in dispute. Like Tim Duncan, Derek Fisher knows it don't mean a thing if you don't get that ring.
Let's go out here and let's show ourselves. Forget everybody else. Let's show ourselves what we're capable of doing. Let's go out here and win this game and get this series started right now.
First quarter, Tony Parker, sweet like Charlie Parker. Remember Forrest Whitaker played Charlie Parker in that Clint Eastwood movie. Did a nice job. No Academy Award there, though. Layup a baseline, and then off the steal, it's more Parker. And look at between the legs of Mehmet Okur to Manu Ginobili. The Spurs up 3 after 1. Parker, 10 points, 4 assists in the first half. None prettier than that. From TP to TD, second quarter, Tim Duncan. Brent Barry finds him, and Duncan finishes. Spurs up 5. Here's the follow-up to the free throw that followed. Matt Harpring.
Normally fundamentally sound.
Doesn't box out Duncan, and Duncan gets the offensive rebound. He had 27, 10, and 5. Utah, 21 offensive rebounds. That's good hustle, but usually bad shooting. Carlos Boozer.
Normally fundamentally sound.
Called for the travel. He was just 1 of 6 rebounds in the first half. He finished with 20 and 12, but the hole was dug after Utah shot 29% in the first half. And then Parker will bury Darren Williams in that hole. Goes behind him. 32-16 advantage for the Spurs in the second quarter. They're up 18 at the half. Michael Finley, third quarter. 3 beers apiece for each of my friends. More in the third. Utah won the battle of the boards, but it's what you do once you get the rebound. And, well, Paul Millsap gave it away to Tony Parker right there. Spurs up huge. We were looking for excuses, said Coach Sloan afterwards. Who they should be looking for is Williams. 16 points through 3. He scores 18 in the fourth, made the game interesting. The way they played in the second half, that's what we'll see the whole series, is what Tony Parker said afterwards. Parker with 21 and 6. The Spurs win 108-100. Game 2 Tuesday, and this one was really decided in the first half after Utah shot poorly and couldn't make up the ground it lost. San Antonio had as many baskets in the second quarter, 12, as the Jazz had through 2 quarters. Again, Game 2 Tuesday in San Antonio. Coach Sloan saying, don't come scared.
Well, if you're going to be intimidated, don't show up. That's the only thing at halftime I told our players, if you're intimidated and you don't think you want to go out there and compete, then stay in the locker room. That's the only thing I know to tell them. If you are going to compete, we try to put somebody out there that's going to. I was disappointed in the way we all competed together to try to have a chance to win, because I didn't like what I saw with the guys shaking their heads at each other.
In the first half, it's the first time they got a lot of young guys, and so maybe it took a half for them, to get used to it and get comfortable with the situation. And so that's why I say in Game 2, they're going to be ready. The way they play in the second half, that's what we're going to see the whole series. And we need to make sure we match that.
Well, let's go back inside Game 1. Utah has lost 7 straight Game 1s on the road. The Jazz last started a series on the road with a win in May of '96. So they had short shorts. Manu Ginobili scored 23 points off the bench. That equaled the production of the entire Jazz bench. Spurs are 7-0 this postseason when Ginobili scores 10 or more. This was Tim Duncan's 23rd career playoff game with 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. Larry Bird did that 40 times in his career and more from Duncan, who continues to be a dominating force. 27 points, grabs 10 rebounds. His 10th straight game with at least 20 and 10 this postseason. Only Shaq and Kareem have had longer playoff streaks of 20 and 10.